Okay, is it me? Oh, first of all, Naruto mug, Bleach shirt. All I need is a straw hat. Wait a minute. Hold on a second right here. There we go. Representing the big three. I didn't even plan this shit. I just realized because I had my Naruto mug, Bleach shirt, straw hat for Luffy from One Piece, representing the big three, the one and only big three. But anyways, the afterthoughts video. But anybody else feel like that this specific episode, like even though it was like, majority of it was like, not exactly chill, but like for the moment, like breathe a little bit, except for like the last like 1/3 of the episode with Kenpachi, or both Kenpachis. But bro, I'm so excited for next episode. Next episode is gonna be wild. Whoo! Next episode is gonna be wild. But like, did anybody realize, or like, was it just me? But did anybody else feel like that this episode went by like so ridiculously fast? Like, I looked at the time and there was like 9 minutes left, and I was like, wait a minute. I was so confused. Like it went so fast, but like it was in a good way like really, because like it's getting to the things that we need to get to and everything. And by the time that this core itself, this first core of the Thousand Year Blood War arc, is episode 9. But like the moment that like I know what moment I feel like I know what moment that they are going to end on. And if they are, like, bro, this is gonna be fire. And like this episode just went by so fast, from what like Renji and like Renji and Ichigo, what they like, were dealing with like Tenjiro in the hot spring, and then like them coming up and standing up, and like all their wounds are healed and stuff like that. And Tenjiro like punched him, or both of them technically, because like he punched Ichigo and whatnot. Ichigo got right back up, his heels are wounded and everything, and then Renji also got punched right in the gut, like stupid hard by Tenjiro, and he didn't move. Like he was giving it, like he had all his bandages and he got punched, and he was taking that shit. That shit was crazy. So when then they left, like I completely forgot about this, is that like Tenjiro's hot spring would, under any circumstances of like any other like regular person, like regular Shinigami or whatnot, because you saw like his attendants were wearing these special suits that he had for them. And like even then, when they took those suits off, they had so many stupid like ridiculous burn marks and everything, like they were melting, or they were like genuine, like actually burning. And I forgot reading in the manga that like his hot springs is like not meant for people like normal ass people. Like it's like not like Ichigo will look perfectly fine, and then also Renji too. Renji looked fine too. So it's like seeing that, and then Tenjiro telling them that like in that one instance, or that 1 second where like I like attacked Ichigo, I gave him a punch or whatever, he instinctively like threw a fist at Tenjiro and broke, or like what was it, broke or fractured or something, like one of his like his tendon, or like his finger, like, or broke his like hand, like in that one instance. That shit was crazy. And then him saying that like no wonder the Soul King has such an interest in him. Really cool stuff. Then we get like Ichigo and Renji. Like I liked this episode, and I liked these chapters so much because it shows like such a rivalry, but more so just such a friendship that Ichigo and Renji have like developed from when they first met. Like Renji pretty much almost killing Ichigo, and then everything that happened with Rukia, and like Ichigo really changing like his mindset, like all the way back then when he beat him, like going to save Rukia and stuff. And then like throughout all of it, he really like their bond and their bromance and their friendship is just so beautifully developed in this series, and I loved it, seeing it animated. I loved seeing it so much. And then, like, what Renji was talking to Ichigo about, like, first of all, when they were falling, like, Kon was in like his robe, which was hilarious, and they dropped on him so that they can like land and stuff, which is really funny. And then they get to like a lot of moments in this episode were like really funny and whatnot, with like Renji and Ichigo and Kon and everything. So like seeing that like was really funny and really cool and stuff. And then like Renji giving Ichigo like a good like speech and dialogue about like Ichigo saying that, oh, should we not like help out and stuff, everybody's preparing and whatnot, and we're just up here eating. And Renji is like, just like what Ichigo said, that sometimes Renji says the right things and Renji makes sense and stuff, which is just really funny that like Renji's like, we were injured, severely injured. So we went into the hot spring to take a bath, right? We got out of the bath, we got healed, so now we're hungry. We need to eat. It's normal. This is like literally it's what they're supposed to do when you were in a fight and you get beaten. You got to heal up, and then when you're done or almost done getting healed up, you eat to rejuvenate your body. You're not going to be able to do shit if you're not going to be healing, and if you're not going to be like eating and whatnot. Your body's not going to take anything. So then like Kiryu, who is one of the Squad Zero members, like coming in hot with all this beautiful food, like, oh, it looked so good and everything, like seeing that like with like color and everything, oh, exquisite, so good. Loved everything about it. Loved all of like the Renji and Ichigo's banter and whatnot. And I loved it how like Kiryu, like now all the anime onlys know that like she is the one who created the basis or the basics of like the artificial soul, that what Kon is, like taking that pill, put it in like the stuffed bear and Kon and stuff, like the artificial souls. I don't know why I keep repeating it, but like she is the one who, that is why she was able to be promoted into the Zero Division, because of the basis and the basics that she invented, that started out the artificial souls, which was really cool to like hear that again and have her talking about that stuff, and then like her losing weight and stuff, and like her talking about like she like it puts the same concept and basics that she uses for that the invention that she had for the basis of like the souls, the artificial souls, she implements that into her food. So then now like her talking about it and saying that like Renji, Ichigo, you should be feeling like you are at least stronger than what you were before, like a lot stronger and stuff. And if she said like, if you at least feel a little bit of that, that's enough. And like hearing her talk about that, and her talking about like the concept and the invention of like, trying to like pouring like spirit energy from somewhere else into something else to make it stronger and stuff. And that's where the concept of like the artificial souls and the invention like came from and everything, which is really cool. Which is also really cool that like Kisuke really was like, if you think about it, this is like a random thought, but like Kisuke did try to like replicate a lot of these things that a lot of these Zero Division members like invented or created and everything. So I thought that was very interesting, because obviously Kisuke's hot spring is kind of like I would say a weaker version, like not like a fully developed like Tenjiro hot spring. Like that's what like Kisuke's hot spring is like, just like a minor version of Tenjiro's hot spring, and like his artificial souls are like come from the invention and basis and the basics of Kiryu's like concept that she like actually like invented. So I thought that was like really cool and whatnot. So seeing their interaction together and stuff was really cool in the episode. Good stuff. And they're headed to the creator of the Zanpakuto, the Asaushi, bro. I'm so hyped and excited to see more of that also. And if this is true, we're gonna get at the end of this core, we're gonna get something that I am very excited and hyped for. But this episode, that whole section was awesome. And then here it comes. Like Shunsui is the new like head captain, captain commander. He was afraid that like he probably wasn't gonna see Nanao anymore, which was actually the beginning of the episode. But like it turns out that like Okikibe is actually alive from Squad One. So like he went to Central 46 and asked and talked to him about like I would like to have two captains because Nanao is able to handle handle Shunsui like she is his lieutenant and knows him the most, so she can easily handle him. While Okikibe is like he knows the basics and the basis of like handling like Squad One, the first division, like in general and whatnot. And like Central 46 is starting to get is pretty freaking stupid and annoying, very annoying stuff. So then like he gets permission for that, and he also gets permission asked to have Captain Zaraki trained, and he says Zaraki because in the episode, bro. Oh, the episode, the fight. Oh, it was amazing. But like him talking about like we need Zaraki trained for this next invasion, saying that Central 46, we need this. We're not gonna survive. Soul Society's not gonna survive this next invasion if we don't get this shit done. And then he turns around and Unohana comes in. Unohana Retsu, bro. Oh, this is so cool. Like seeing this. Like seeing her face and stuff and seeing this animated, like her standing in front of Zaraki at the lowest level in the great underground prison, Muken, bro. Like it's like pretty much infinite, so they can have like their massive like bout and their massive fight and everything, and like just to see like bro, the clash was amazing. It was so good. Like I love the color scheme of it being black, white, and gray, beautiful, like monochrome type of like just ominous and dark and stuff, and then the music with like the way the violins were being played while they were it was like a dance between both Kenpachis, bro. And then hearing about, like Anime Only's finding out about Unohana. She's the first Kenpachi among all of the first generation of the powerful 13 Court Guard squads, like the OG squads. Like she still is the most heinous criminal in all of Soul Society's history. And like just hearing that being told, like Shunsui reading it and everything, like just it gives me the absolute chills and goosebumps just hearing it. Like, oh, it's so good. And then seeing like Unohana fighting like Zaraki and everything, and her saying that like she did like a cheap trick on him and got him in the arm and stuff, and her talking about like back then when you and me like when I fought you, I didn't have leeway to fight you and use cheap tricks to get you and stuff. And then her telling him that are you saying that I got weak and stuff? And actually seeing Zaraki crying in like him actually like literally, I don't remember if that was in the manga that he was actually crying in that moment or whatever. Like seeing that, like bro, this like Unohana brings out the emotion so much so in Zaraki, bro. Like it's crazy. And she named herself like her name is Unohana Yachiru, and that's why Zaraki actually named Yachiru because of the admiration he has for this woman. And bro, they have such a sadistic type of like love that's like just psychotic and bloodthirsty, and it's just I love it so much. And just the ambiance and them fighting in that moment and stuff. And then Unohana like stepping on like the Zaraki's sword hilt when he was like gonna swing at her and she blocked. Bro, she's so good. The reason why she changed her name to Retsu, like in Retsu Unohana instead of like keeping Yachiru, is because of like the amount of like different type of sword styles and techniques and stuff that she knew and that she knows and everything. Like, she is a master of the sword. And like, bro, and then Retsu being, I believe, like, I think that translates to 1,000 blades or something like that. But like, that's why she named herself Unohana Retsu instead of keeping Yachiru and everything. And like, just the look of her face when her hair is down and everything, she is absolute demon. Like literally stabbing Zaraki through the neck. She technically killed him, and and every time that he's on the verge of death, he gets stronger. So, bro, next episode, it is going to be stupidly crazy. It's if this fight or any other fight so far in like this first core of the Thousand Blood War, if none of them get nominated for Fight of the Year or something, like, Yamamoto versus Juhabak, Ichigo versus Juhabak, like, even maybe Ichigo versus Opie, the jail from Huecamundo, and this fight, if bro, I want like two of these fights to get nominated for Fight of the Year or something. I like this. It needs to happen. The ending of this episode, when Unohana, bro, just looking at her and then like seeing the scar on her chest, and then like Zaraki showing his scar in his face and talking about like, like the Unohana that I know, whatever, like that wouldn't use like a cheap trick like this, the one that I admired, and then like Unohana going off that like, who admires the enemy in front of, like, the enemy in front of them, like, what's wrong with you and stuff, like seeing her yelling that, oh my god, bro. And then like, also seeing those little small moments of like Yachiru like picking up like Zaraki's eye patch, and then like, and her saying Kensha, and then like Isane like picking up the note from Unohana, that like Unohana left her note and everything, and seeing just Isane crying, and like it's so emotional, because like, one of them has to die. Like, Shinsui states this, that like one of the Kenpachis have to die, because that's the only way like the true Kenpachi can be passed down, the actual genuine, like the true name. And Unohana has never lost to anybody in a fight. That's why she has kept, technically she has the first Kenpachi, she still has that title, because Zaraki didn't technically ever beat her, like, ever. And like the fight between them in the past probably stifled, or it did stifle Zaraki, like, and his, like, his power and everything, because Kenpachis in general, there can only be one Kenpachi in each generation that gets inherited and everything, even though Unohana is still alive and stuff. So it's like seeing like the past, that like he stifles himself so that he can keep fighting. This is what all Kenpachis do, right? Unohana went to Tenjiro and she learned a lot of healing techniques, medical techniques and disciplines and whatnot, so that she can keep on living, so that she can keep on fighting. Just like how Zaraki, he stifled his growth in power in general, so that he can keep on fighting opponents and keep on fighting people. Like, that is what Unohana calls like her sin, is that because of her and her beating him, it subconsciously stifled his growth in power and strength in general. So it's like, bro, like, their significance together is just absolutely bonkers and crazy, and I am here for it, and I cannot wait. And I love just the color schemes again of the fight, and how like all their voices just echo throughout Muken and everything. It's just the sound, audio, and everything was just absolutely beautiful and perfect to the situation at hand and what's going on. And then like the color schemes and everything, it was like, gray, black, white with like a little bit of like a little bit of like a weird like off yellow type of like color, especially when they clash swords and everything. Oh, and then the music, like the violin, absolutely fire. All of it was amazing. Every single moment of this, it was just fantastic and everything. I'm so hyped and excited for next episode, like the continuation of this fight. And then we're probably gonna get a little bit of like Ichigo and Renji and what they're gonna be going through and whatnot. But like, I feel like the fight is going to end next episode, and if that's the case, perfectly fine with it. One of the most fire fights, like, period. It's so good, and like the animation obviously was fantastic with that and everything. A lot of it was chill in terms of like, a relax, chill, like mellow out type of episode, except for like obviously the fight and everything. So obviously the animation, it's not going to need to be like crazy amazing and stuff in that first half. But then the second half with Zaraki and Unohana. See, I say Zaraki and Unohana because I mean they're both Kenpachi. So like, I'm Zaraki versus Unohana, Kenpachi versus Kenpachi. Continuation next episode, bro. It's gonna be amazing. I'm hyped and excited for it. Hyped for everything. Oh, it's so good. I'm so ready. I'm so freaking ready for this fight. And I'm so ready for Renji and Ichigo to, like, they did meet him, or Ichigo met him, or saw him at least, and the creator of the Zanpakuto, or the Asauchi, I'm ready to see that too. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. I actually reread a little bit of when like Ichigo and Renji meet the creator of Zanpakuto and everything. Like I read it, I think like a day or two ago or something like that. So like just reliving it a little bit, and then we're gonna see it animated and stuff. It's gonna be amazing, and so it's gonna be great, good stuff. But like Unohana and Zaraki, that's gonna be phenomenal. Next episode gonna be good. So, but anyways, I loved the episode. It was fantastic. Another peak episode. Next week is gonna be even. I can already tell. Next episode is gonna be a 10 out of 10. And also something which I absolutely loved about like the silhouette and the color schemes of like their fight, like so far from this episode, was that like even though it was like gray, black and white with a little bit of off yellow for like sparks and sometimes clashing and stuff, like even then, like they just seeing it like that, but then like they give the color for just the blood in that, like just the, like you only see, like whenever there's a, you only see red. You only see red. Everything else is black, white, and gray, with a little bit of the off yellow and stuff, and sparks and stuff. But like, you only see red. Bro, next episode is going to be such an artistic, beautiful, yet like psychotic, crazy episode with the visuals. I can already tell, like, it's gonna be absolutely bonkers and phenomenal. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. It's just, oh gosh, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be amazing. And like, it really was just like, you can call it like the dance of the Kenpachis and stuff. Like you can call it that. Like that's like what it is. Like a psychotic dance of the Kenpachis. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. I'm ready for next episode. But what did you guys think about this episode? Leave down in the comments your thoughts about this episode, your thoughts about what I said, and everything about Bleach and how much you're loving Bleach and stuff. Leave down in the comments and like the video for those things. Also, like bro, it's gonna be amazing. But subscribe to the channel for more reviews, vlogs, unboxings, live reactions, discussion videos, things like that. So gentlemen, stay classy, ladies, stay sassy, most important, everybody. You gotta stay a little nasty, alright? So peace and love, and I will see y'all later in the next video. Peace out. May the force be with you always. Plus, ultra, laton, bankai. Like, next episode is gonna be so good. And just seeing like the scar on bro, just seeing the scar on Unohana's chest, saying that like this aches whenever I look at you. Whenever I looked at you, this scar on my chest, the only injury I've ever gotten like aches so painfully, and then like Zaraki points right at his scar on his eye that Unohana gave him, like his aches too. And then the beginning clash, oh my gosh, it was amazing. But anyways, peace and love. See you guys later with the next Bleach greatness, 1,000 Year Blood War greatness episode afterthoughts video. Woo, baby! Battle of the Kenpachis, baby.